Welcome to the deep dive. You know, we love to get our hands dirty with interesting sources, and today we're going to be cracking open something you might not expect.
Okay.
A product manual,
Intriguing.
but not just any manual. This one is for a pretty heavy-duty piece of equipment, a 10.4-inch second-gen industrial monitor.
Oh, wow.
So for those of you out there who are maybe prepping for a meeting or doing some research on industrial tech, or, maybe you just like to geek out on gadgets,
Right.
this deep dive is going to be pretty eye-opening. We're going to sift through all the jargon and pull out the most fascinating and useful information.
Sounds good.
Good.
What's interesting to me right off the bat is that this isn't your typical computer monitor.
Yeah.
This thing is built for, the factory floor, a warehouse.
Right.
Places where a delicate screen just wouldn't last.
Exactly. And they make that very clear right from the start. The manual kicks off talking about the IMD 2nd-gen series.
Okay.
And they're boasting about this aluminum alloy body.
It's
That'd be tough, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And they mention that it meets EMC standards, which means it can handle electromagnetic interference. And think about all the electronic noise in an industrial environment.
Oh, yeah.
This monitor is designed to just shrug it off.
Exactly. And it's not just about ignoring the interference. It's about working flawlessly in conditions that would fry a normal screen.
Oh, for sure.
If you jump into the product reliability parameters section of the manual,
Okay.
it spells it out pretty clearly.
Mm.
This monitor can operate in temperatures from a very frigid -10 degrees Celsius
Wow.
all the way up to a scorching 60 degrees Celsius.
That's wild.
Add in 95% humidity resistance,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got built-in protection against vibration and impacts.
Wow.
So this is a display that laughs in the face of danger.
That's incredible. Like, imagine needing to monitor a process in a, scorching hot environment or a freezing cold warehouse.
Right.
You'd need something that could handle those extremes, no problem.
Exactly. And I think this really opens up possibilities for using displays in places that they just couldn't survive before.
Yeah.
And we're just scratching the surface here.
For sure. Now let's get to the screen itself.
Okay.
So under the screen parameters section, we find out it's a 10.4-inch TFT LCD with a 1224 by 768 resolution.
Okay.
It's not 4K, obviously, but in an industrial setting, clarity and reliability are probably more important than packing in pixels.
Yeah.
Plus, with 16.7 million colors and an 80-degree viewing angle from all sides, you're getting a crisp and vibrant picture no matter where you're standing.
And they even mentioned a potential upgrade to a 1,000-plus nit display,
Oh, wow.
which would make this thing incredibly bright.
Yeah,
Think about applications like outdoor kiosks in direct sunlight.
right.
This monitor wouldn't flinch.
That's a great point. They've clearly thought about adaptability.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's jump into the hardware configuration.
All right.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
We discover that this monitor comes with multiple touch options,
Yeah.
capacitive, resistive, or even non-touch, if that's what you need. And get this, the system is multilingual.
Multilingual, huh? That's a clue about this monitor's potential. It suggests a global market where a single model can be deployed in various regions without needing separate language versions.
That makes a lot of sense. It's all about flexibility and customization. So let's dig into interface parameters now to see how it connects to the world.
Sounds good.
And we've got it all. HDMI supporting up to 1080p input, DVI, VGA, pretty much every standard you could need.
Wow.
Plus, there's audio I/O and a USB interface for touchscreen control.
They've really covered all the bases.
Like, they anticipated every single way you'd want to use this monitor.
Yeah.
And made sure there's a connection for it. You're right.
It speaks to the wide range of systems and applications they envision this being integrated into.
Exactly. And they even include a grounding column, which is essential for safety and stability in those environments.
Right.
Speaking of power, the power parameters section tells us it can handle a wide voltage input
Okay.
of 12V to 36V and sips just 18W of power, so it's efficient too. And this manual is packed with details, down to the precise dimensions, and an opening size diagram for installation. You can tell they've thought of everything.
That level of detail, I think, is a clear sign that this manual isn't just for casual browsing.
Right.
It's intended for professionals who need very precise information for integrating and installing this monitor in complex systems.
Exactly. It's more than just a product overview. It's like a comprehensive guide for getting the most out of this technology.
It seems like it.
So we've covered a lot of ground already, but there's still much more to uncover.
Oh, yeah. So as we kind of get deeper into this manual, it's becoming more and more clear that this monitor is more than just a rugged display.
Yeah,
This is a carefully engineered system, purpose-built for, very specific applications.
absolutely. It's like they've anticipated every challenge and they've provided a solution.
Right.
We touched on the touchscreen options earlier, but the manual goes into some detail about the specific types available. So you've got your 10-point capacitive touchscreen, which is what we're all used to from our smartphones.
Right.
Super responsive, great for multi-touch gestures.
But think about the environment this monitor is designed for.
Right.
In a factory setting, you might be wearing gloves, you might have oil or grime on your hands.
No.
Would a standard capacitive screen really hold up in those conditions?
That's a great point. I hadn't thought about that.
And that's why they offer the resistive touchscreen option.
Okay.
It's a single-point system that works with either a fingertip or a stylus. And it's much more tolerant of those kinds of demanding conditions.
So it's all about having the right tool for the job.
Exactly.
If you need the pinpoint accuracy and durability, you go with the resistive screen.
Right.
If you prioritize responsiveness and those multi-touch gestures, the capacitive option's there for you.
They've got you covered.
Yeah, this monitor is ready for anything.
And the adaptability goes even further.
Okay.
The manual even mentions an optional auto brightness sensor for real-time luminance adjustment. So picture this monitor being used outdoors. The sensor would automatically adjust the brightness for optimal visibility,
Oh, wow.
no matter what the lighting conditions are like.
That's really smart.
It's constantly adapting to its environment,
Yeah.
making sure that display is always clear and readable.
I'm starting to see why they call this an industrial monitor.
Yeah.
It's built for a world that's constantly changing.
Let's circle back to the interface parameters section for just a second.
Okay.
The manual points out that the monitor can automatically detect VGA, DVI, and HDMI inputs.
Oh, nice.
It just figures out what you've plugged in and switches accordingly.
So no more fumbling around with buttons trying to find the right input.
Exactly.
That's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference
It really does.
in terms of user-friendliness.
Especially in a fast-paced environment where every second counts.
Right.
They've streamlined the entire experience. And speaking of seamless integration, they've also included a dedicated RJ45 touch interface.
Oh, interesting.
That tells me that this monitor is ready to be incorporated into the, those complex control systems.
So it's not even just a display. It's like a crucial component in a larger system.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
It really opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Now let's take a look at the physical characteristics section.
Okay.
We see the overall dimensions, which are surprisingly compact for such a rugged monitor.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting is they've included a diagram of the opening size.
Interesting.
This suggests they've carefully considered various mounting options.
It's like they thought of everything.
From the screen technology to the mounting options.
Right.
Every detail has been meticulously planned out.
And this brings us to one of the most intriguing details we found in this manual.
Okay.
Remember how they mentioned the IMD 2nd-gen series is designed to excel beyond kiosks?
Yeah.
Well, they explicitly state that it integrates seamlessly into manufacturing lines, control systems, and even communications infrastructure.
Wait, communications infrastructure. That's fascinating. Tell me more.
It seems like we've been focusing on its, ruggedness and industrial applications.
Right.
But this statement suggests a much wider scope.
Okay.
Imagine this monitor being used in critical communication hubs,
Okay.
monitoring network traffic or displaying vital data in real time.
Wow, that's incredible. We started with a seemingly simple product manual,
I know, right?
and now we're envisioning this monitor like playing a key role in ensuring the smooth operation of essential networks.
And that's the beauty of a deep dive like this.
Yeah.
You never know where it will lead you.
Right.
What started as an exploration of a product manual has become a journey into the future of industrial technology.
It's a great reminder that there are fascinating stories hidden in the most unexpected places.
Yeah.
Even something as seemingly mundane as a product manual can spark our curiosity and lead us to new insights. And we are back for the final part of our deep dive into this really incredible industrial monitor.
It really is amazing how much we've learned from just this one product manual.
Yeah, it shows how much valuable information is packed into something we often just overlook,
Right.
We've gone from basic specs to envisioning this monitor like in action, all thanks to this, really detailed documentation.
Yeah. We talked about the ruggedness, but the manual highlights its compliance with those EMC standards,
Right.
which is really critical for environments with lots of electromagnetic activity.
Yeah, like factories with heavy machinery
Exactly.
or, sensitive research labs.
Right. This monitor is built to perform even with all that electrical noise.
So it's designed to be like a reliable workhorse in basically any situation.
Pretty much.
And remember all those connection options.
Oh, yeah. We've got HDMI, DVI, VGA,
Yeah.
USB.
They really did cover all the bases.
For sure. And plus that dedicated touch interface, it makes it clear that they designed this with integration in mind.
Yeah.
Those complex control systems.
This monitor is like a true multitasker, capable of fitting into all sorts of setups.
Absolutely.
Which brings us back to that detail about its potential role in communications infrastructure.
Yeah. The idea that this monitor could be used in, critical communication hubs, it's fascinating.
It really pushes the boundaries of what we think of as a monitor, I think.
For sure.
It's a whole different level of importance.
Right.
Like imagine a network operations center with this rugged, reliable monitor, and it's displaying all the vital information in real time,
Right.
ensuring smooth data flow across, a global network.
Yeah. Or a control room for a power grid
Yeah.
relying on this monitor for
Or
critical system status updates.
It's high stakes.
Definitely high stakes.
Where dependable technology is absolutely essential.
And this monitor seems like it's up to the challenge.
For sure.
I think it reflects a larger trend of industrial technology becoming increasingly sophisticated and interconnected.
It's exciting to think about all the potential applications.
Yeah.
From manufacturing and automation to critical infrastructure and beyond.
It really does seem like the possibilities are endless.
It's pretty amazing, and it makes this deep dive so rewarding,
I agree.
We started with something very specific.
Just this product manual.
And it opened up a whole world of insights and possibilities.
That's right.
And sparked our curiosity and led us to, new understandings.
Yeah, it reminds us that there's always something new to learn, even in the most, technical documents.
Right.
There's a story behind every piece of technology.
Yeah.
And sometimes all it takes is a deep dive to uncover it.
Well said. So to our listener, we leave you with this. What other seemingly mundane objects or documents might hold hidden depths? What unexpected connections and insights are waiting to be discovered? Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And until next time, keep those minds curious.